Well, we've got the second of the Layton twins up next, fighting Mike Murphy out of Triforce. I think that's two Triforce versus Lozon matchups now with each of the Layton twins.
It is, yep.
All right, and this is our final fight before intermission. Our headliner of the undercard, Mike Murphy from Triforce, making his debut. The second Triforce versus Lozon matchup, and the second matchup against one of the Layton twins. Tyrone De Silva in the corner of Mike Murphy right now, as well as Nate Andrews, Dion Rubio, and the Jeffries brothers. We saw what happened earlier tonight. He's looking to keep that momentum of his team going with the win over Brett Layton tonight.
Lozon's trying to get redemption against Triforce, not letting another one slide.
And I would say that the Brett is probably looking for Layton brother revenge as well.
Oh, absolutely.
A lot of pressure, but a lot of motivation.
Oh yeah.
Another decorated wrestler, a tenacious grappler in his own right. Mike Murphy has very high accolades said about him by his teammates, John Duma, Rich Santiago. Excited to see him make his debut against the tried and tested Brett Layton, who went 3 hard-fought rounds against the Shane Doherty and was able to get a win over Rafael Adames, a teammate of Mike Murphy in his last outing a couple of cards ago. So he's looking for revenge in his own right against someone who's defeated a teammate of his, Brett Layton.
Revenge only begets more revenge, but that makes for good entertainment, so let's do it.
I got nothing wrong with that in the MMA game. Keep more revenge going. Makes for great fights. Brett Layton, no stranger to this cage and this crowd, about to walk out. The twin brother of Brandon Layton, another Joe Lozon protege, 1-1 thus far in his amateur ranks, and he's fought the who's who already. Looking to keep that momentum going with his second consecutive win here. A tenacious wrestler, violent human being in his own rights. Always a great time when the Layton brothers fight.
But not necessarily for their opponents.
Not necessarily. Like I say, I'm a fan of the walkout song. The violin orchestra. Oh baby, he's waiting for me.
Yeah, I remember back in the day fighting on the same card as a bunch of my teammates. A few of them picking up losses throughout the night, and then when it's your turn to fight, you're just fired up. You're like, I'm not gonna be the one that's gonna, like, you know what I'm saying, like let another one slide. I gotta redeem everybody. I'm not gonna lose as well. I wanna like get my win for the rest of these guys that didn't manage to pick up a W. I mean, and that's not even my brother. So it's like having your twin fight earlier, not get the nod. I mean, I'm sure he's fired up right now.
Yeah, he certainly looks fired up.
Always fired up. He's just excited to fight. He's had fights fall out on him before, and he's just a young man, 22 years old. He's just extremely ecstatic anytime he gets to perform violent acts on another human being without legal repercussions.
That being said, look at Mike Murphy's comic book shorts.
I thought those were comic book shorts. I like that. I'm a comic book nerd, so I kind of want to.
Yeah, between that and some smooth looking, shadow boxing, I'm liking the aesthetic.
Yeah, I mean,
Brett the Hitman Layton has entered the cage for the 3rd time, and he's ready to avenge his brother's loss as we take it to the measurables and get this final undercard bout made official.
from the body language, definitely feels comfortable. All right, so Murphy is 25 years old to Brett's 22. 144 pounds on Murphy's side, 140 for Brett. The height, 5'6" versus 5'8", not too much of a difference. 2 inches in Brett's favor, but the reach is also in Brett's favor, 70 inches. I mean, actually, no, the reach is in Murphy's favor, so they kind of cancel each other out in that respect. So 70 inches to 68 inches, and Andy, take it away.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to cap off this undercard. Prepare yourselves for the 9th fight of the evening. A featherweight bout at the amateur mixed martial arts ranks scheduled for 3 rounds, 3 minutes apiece. Introducing to you first, standing in the red corner. This man stands at 5 feet 6 inches tall, and he weighed in at 144 pounds. He's representing Triforce, and tonight he makes his mixed martial arts debut. Let's hear it for Mike Murphy! And now, Now introducing his opponent, standing across from him in the blue corner, with an amateur record of 1 victory and 1 defeat. He stands 5 feet 8 inches tall, and he weighed in at 140 pounds. He is representing Luzon MMA. Give it up for Brett the Hitman Layton. Our referee for this matchup is Alexius Phoenix.
All right, the energy is electric right now. Triforce versus Lazons, another Layton brother versus debuting Mike Murphy. Murphy looks confident. His body language looks good.
Crowd's going nuts
is
right
ready
now.
to throw down right now.
Crowd's going nuts for this matchup. Mike Murphy, a talented debuter out of Triforce, rocking the comic book trunks, the green trunks for the veteran Brett Layton, the Luzon fighter. Oh,
Ooh,
big right
big
hand from
overhand
Murphy.
right.
Doesn't even phase Layton, though.
He didn't even feel it. That just tipped.
Like a Pop-Tart.
Right hand from Layton in his own respect.
I have no idea what you mean by like a Pop-Tart, but I agree.
Ate it like a Pop-Tart.
Oh,
Good
nice body kick.
Not coming out as kind of wild as the brother, but I mean,
He has a
these
little
guys
bit
are-
more
these guys are-
experience.
yeah, a little bit more polished. Good exchanges so far. Murphy is definitely holding his own. Good
Nice
body
jab.
language, good mechanics.
Great entry off the overhand right for Brett Layton.
Good
Pins
knee
Murphy
in the
against the
clinch
cage.
right there. Layton's kind of working the body with those left hands.
Another right hand from Murphy. His boxing's looking crisp.
So yeah, these guys got some solid technique right now. I'm impressed, especially for Murphy being a debuting fighter. Nice tie clinch.
Oh,
Ooh, beautiful
knee.
knee. And
Another
then
body
working that
shot.
body with the right hand and going back up top.
Mike
And then
Murphy,
trying to go for those
devastating
knees
knee.
again. Just like we saw in the Muay Thai fights, knees pay dividends. And Murphy is throwing fire right now.
Oh!
And Layton catches him as Murphy comes in.
Brett
I
Layton.
see if Murphy can weather the storm right now. He rocked him as he was coming in with that left hand.
Brett Layton was taking a beating against the cage, and then he fires off a left hand from hell that drops Murphy. Murphy looking to recover, back up against the cage.
Layton's
Another right
trying to
hand from
capitalize
Layton.
right now.
Layton poured it on. He got hurt with the body shot. That ticked him off, and now he's landing hands, and they're exchanging against the clinch right now, right in front of the broadcast booth.
Murphy seems to have regained his composure. Layton is still working right now. He's hammer fisting the leg. More knees from Murphy. That's what brought him success at the first point.
Oh!
A nice uppercut.
The man bun is done. It's over. The hair is flopping. Both of these guys know they're in a fight.
Oh, a little trip there.
Nice trip. He slipped right off to the side, tripped him on the way. Very impressed by both these guys doing right now. Ate that 1-2.
With a jab to finish. Murphy got tagged by that combination from Layton. Both of these guys fighting with a tenacity like no other.
Layton paying him back with a couple body shots there,
Yeah,
too.
he's definitely banging that body as well with that left hand.
Dirty boxing body shots. Don't see those every day, but I wouldn't mind seeing them more.
I mean, never a bad time to hit your opponent. Whenever I was in the clinch, I would always just try to hit everything. Hammer fist the legs, punch the body, knee the legs, do it like never let a second go by you're not doing damage to your opponent, just like Layton's doing right now. And Murphy's trying to fire back right now. He's trying to go for that tie clinch, but he has to create some space. It's not going to work with his back pressed up against the cage like that.
Good amount of blood coming from the nose of Mike Murphy off of that devastating left hand from Brett Layton. But what a round
it's the
full
end.
of momentum.
It's the end of the first round. They both look like they've been through 4 rounds already.
That was a hell of a first round. Murphy had him on the ropes with those body shots, those
Yeah.
beautiful knees to the body,
Dropped him.
some crisp punches and everything like that. But Layton came back with that left hand, he caught Murphy as Murphy was coming in, put him down. That was a hell of a first round, man.
Both of these guys have earned each other's respect, no doubt about it. The knees in the clinch from Mike Murphy stung Brett Layton early, who weathers the storm, comes back with devastating barrages of his own to make it a really competitive round, and he ends up getting the knockdown later in the round. Could go either way. There was a couple of big momentum shifts, but Layton scored the big knockdown with the punch. Outstanding round from both of these guys.
I think that while Murphy was ahead in the beginning, I think that the momentum shift probably is going to leave the round in Layton's hands.
Yeah.
I'd agree, but you never know. It was like
Yeah, Yeah, I think so.
That's why I try not to judge in the commentary booth. I just sit and enjoy and watch a good fight and wait till the end to find out. But both of these guys looking like they're in really good shape, good condition. The doctor's taking a look at Murphy.
Oh, he's ready to go.
He's fine. He's good.
He's ready to go.
But he's checking his nose because it's bleeding. Powerful cowboy boots on Dr. Edgar Bolinas.
Speaking of old school, Dr. Bolinas, first doctor I've ever worked with.
Yeah, he's been in the game a while. What's he doing here? All right,
we're good to go. All right,
Let's
the doctors have given it the okay.
Let's go, boys.
Round 2 underway, and this crowd is already on its feet for these guys. Layton looks like he has a cut right above the right eyebrow.
I thought that.
A violent round, no doubt. Nice jab early from Layton.
Murphy's really looking for that right hand, but he has to set it up with his own jabs.
Nice low kick. Return.
Neither of those low kicks landing with the shin, both kind of catching it with the end of the foot. Let's see these. Oh, a beautiful level change. Great timing right as Layton was coming in. And Layton's looking to hit the switch right now. Working a little butterfly guard against the cage.
Trying to scoot his hips back and get his back flat against the cage and walk up. Now trying to hit the switch again.
Murphy's trying to come around. He needs to protect that right leg from the switch. But Layton's doing a great job getting back to his feet. Awesome job. And connects with the left hand on the break.
But definitely going to open up his striking with that takedown there. Caught Layton over pursuing on a strike and took him right down. So that'll keep Layton on his toes as he lands another left hand. Switching stances quite often is Layton.
I'd say that goes both ways, though. I think that Layton's strikes are making Murphy hesitant to get into the range he needs to be shooting.
Layton is switching his stance a lot. He's not doing too much with it when he goes to southpaw.
I think
still,
it's
giving him something to think about.
Exactly, and especially makes it harder to commit to the shot because he's not sure which leg to be shooting
left
on.
Kick. And there's a hard leg kick right there, all shin. Not so much on that one. Still a good kick though.
Layton with another nice jab. Now switching southpaw again.
Murphy's starting to try to hunt those legs a little bit, chop away at that base. Take a page out of my book. And this is where Layton had a lot of success in that first round, keeping him pressed up against the fence. But Murphy reverses.
Nicely done. He had a lot of success here as well, working to the body. Let's see if he tries opening up a lane for those knees to come up.
Yeah, I'd like to see him start trying to work those knees again. He had a lot of success with those in the first round. Looking to go down to that single.
Taking some punishment.
He's eating some shots for his trouble.
Nothing's free with Brett Layton.
Absolutely not. Nice
Layton with the underhooks now.
And now Layton with the knees. That was a beautiful left knee right up the middle. And another one. Murphy needs to try to fight his way off of the cage because he's not having any success right here, right now.
Mike Murphy's face is a bloody mess right now. With only 10 seconds or so to go in round number 2, Brett Layton putting the pressure with the clinch, underhook, strong.
Very good knees in the clinch from Layton.
Through 6 minutes, a war has ensued. Brett Layton and Mike Murphy chipping away at each other at distance in the clinch. Mike Murphy with a greatly timed takedown early in the round, and Layton able to really control the clinch work and land the shorter shots throughout that round.
Yeah, Murphy started trying to chop away with those leg kicks a little bit. Not enough to really pay dividends, but it's a good thought. But I think Layton's work against the cage, he just stays aggressive. He's on you.
The big knees and the punches, I think, are what's going to ultimately win the round for Layton in my scorecards, at least.
I'd agree. Let's see if Murphy comes out guns blazing because he might be down 2-0. We'll see. It's a good fight. First round was back and forth. But yeah, both these guys, they need to finish strong. I want to see these guys go out hard.
You can see it from the way that they carry themselves and the way that they fight in there. Neither is the type of guy to try to coast out a decision. I think
absolutely.
Ahead or behind, both of these men want to knock their opponent out. They want the finish, and they're going to go for it.
can tell these are products of two reputable gyms right here, making their schools proud.
Yeah, I'd say regardless of who wins, who loses, I see a bright future for both of these men.
Absolutely.
6 minutes down, up to 3 minutes to go in this feature bout. Brett Layton taking this, Mike Murphy taking the center of the cage.
Murphy really likes looking for that big right hand, but he needs to set it up a little bit more with his jabs. Nice leg kick right there.
And you can see when the shorts lift up that leg is starting to get charred up of Brett Layton.
It missed, but I like that little leg kick into the hook.
Absolutely.
And on a shot is Layton.
Takedown defense.
Nicely stuffed by Mike Murphy, who finds himself on top. And you can see the damage on the leg right now. That is very black and blue.
From what I understand, Murphy, has more of a background in the wrestling, but his Muay Thai looks really solid.
Yeah.
I just noticed that since he got hit by Layton, he's gotten a bit more tense, and it's like he's doing the right things, but it's just a little tenser than before. Lost a bit of the finesse.
Trying to take the
back at this moment, and
one hook in against the cage, trying to sneak that left hook in as well, but Layton trying to turn in as he's giving up the neck a little bit. Murphy trying to threaten the neck, then the hook, then the neck, then the hook. There's the second hook.
Layton's doing the right thing, driving back against the cage, though.
Doing a great job controlling the wrist, trying to turn into him. One big explosion away from ending up on top, but Mike Murphy recognizing what Layton's trying to do to defend. Layton trying to turn in. I can't tell if that's under the chin. He's still got one hand controlled. Double underhooks now from the back. Layton's going to try and reach up. Layton needs to explode, pick a side, and turn into him. Especially with double underhooks, no seatbelt.
Looks like he's trying to turn to his right now, but
he's still fighting 2-on-1 because there is an arm around the neck. So he's staying with that 2-on-1 grip, trying to fight that choke from getting any deeper. 40 seconds left to go, still plenty of time to work for Mike Murphy, who's finding himself ahead on the scorecards late in round 3. Dominant position, threatening with submissions. Who knows how they scored that first round? It could come down to that.
Yeah, this will be a close fight if this is how it ends.
And he is secure here.
That might be deep. No, it's on the chin.
It's on the chin. That's going to be a crank.
But
he's using it to try to get that right. He's trying to saw one forearm after the other under that chin until he can get the bite.
Layton pushing up on the elbow.
Doing the right things, not enough time. Even at 10 seconds, I'd be surprised if he could finish it.
Nope. Face is turned into the armpit. Layton is safe, though uncomfortable. And that does it. We go the distance in our feature undercard bout between Mike Murphy and Brett Layton, who share an embrace after 3 rounds of action. That first round was just chaos for the entire round. 3 minutes of madness, knees to the body, sending Layton crashing to the canvas. Then devastating punches from Layton, sending Murphy crashing to the canvas. A competitive second round that saw the momentum shift in Layton's favor, and then dominant positioning from Mike Murphy in round 3. Let's see how the judges score it.
They've got their work cut out for them tonight. They got to earn that paycheck right now.
That's a tough one.
Johnny Cupcakes Campbell in the cage, rocking the spats and the suede shoes.
Got the tie trunks on. Isn't he grappling today?
He is grappling today.
Grappling in the tie trunks. I like it. That's my style right there.
That makes 2 of us. I'm trying to filter out all my non-tie shorts, gym clothes.
Very curious to see how they judge this one. I mean, that first round, that was very competitive. I'd probably sway in the way of Layton with that knockdown. Second round, I'd probably edge it out to Layton maybe. Third round in Murphy's favor with that control, but I mean,
I feel
close.
pretty solid. I mean, we don't know what the judges are going to say about it. I feel pretty solid on that assessment. I've got the first 2 for Layton. Last one for Murphy. First was very well contested, but you can't, that dropping someone, that usually is the big.
Dropping someone versus just having the control in the third round, I mean, in my eyes, it's I mean, you know me, I like hitting people.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for these two warriors. After 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. With scores of 29-28 across the board, we have your winner by unanimous decision, Brett the Hitman Layton!
Yeah, definitely a very close fight. Hell of a, I mean, for Murphy, that being his very first fight in the cage, I mean, that was a hell of a performance. He looked like somebody who had been in there multiple times already. He was very composed. He was battered up a little bit, but he was still fighting. Ended the last round in an advantageous position, looking to get the finish. But, I mean, 2 gritty guys, 2 talented guys, 2 young guys with bright futures.
He showed heart, he showed skill, he showed tenacity. He's got a bright future, but at the end, the night belongs to Brett Layton.
So I'm here with your winner, one half of the Layton twins. Let me ask you a real question. Seeing your brother come up short in his debut, what was that like for you out back?
It was tough. I had to shake it off. We're used to watching each other wrestle a lot in tournaments, so it's not something new to me. I'm used to shit like that.
So do you think that it helped motivate you more, or was it just another day in the office?
It kind of pissed me off a little bit, but I was still focused at the same time, so got to channel my energy, especially in that first round, so it worked, I guess.
Man, that was an amazing fight. I mean, you came out and rocked him in that first, a big momentum shift towards the third. What was that? What was going on? Did you gas out a little bit, or do you think that he just was able to get control of you on the grounds?
I ain't gassed out. He had good control. That was a nice level change. He had good timing, good takedown on his part.
You know, what really impressed me was your stand-up. We know you as a grappler, as a wrestler, but you know, throw some good combinations and some heavy hands. Is that something you've been working with?
Yes, a lot.
So, Brett, you guys had an amazing crowd here for you and your brother. What does it mean to hear all these people here for you guys?
Thank you to everyone who showed up, especially Sunrise directors, Jeff Erickson, all of Sunrise, everyone who showed up. Thank you guys so much. It means the world to me. Really motivates me a lot more than you guys know.
Well, man, we can't wait to see what's next from you. Make some noise for the Hitman, Brett Layton.